Part 68. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 671. When Chi and when Emma were a little confused. He's really an uncle. Susie patted Suyun's back gently. Sister, stop crying. Wen Qiao had never seen her mother cry like an indifferent child. She had been worried about her uncle all these years, and because it was too difficult to raise 3 children, she had to give up looking for him. She was not only worried about her uncle, she's still feeling guilty for giving up that child. Mom is really suffering. Suyun really cried for a long time, when Emma was silently passing tissues aside, and when she was helpless. After a long time, Suyun gradually calmed down. The family of 5 sat down. Susie answered reporters' questions as if holding a press conference. Wen Qiao, uncle, did you leave on your own? They were taken away. Who? Susie, it's an organization that you don't know much about. I was trapped there to help them conduct experiments all these years and couldn't get out. Some time ago, the organization changed the person in charge and let me back. I went to the Wen family once I heard that the main house has been moved. I asked around and wandered around Hiken, and you finally found it today. Suyun wiped her tears and nodded. Well, the Wen family has moved once, and your brother-in-law and I divorced a long time ago, and we no longer live with him. Wen Qiao looked at him distressedly. Where is that organization? Isn't it illegal for them to take someone away by force like this? Can we call the police? Susie shook his head. I followed them voluntarily, so there is no need to call the police. Suyun wiped her tears. You went with them voluntarily? Why did you? When I was young, I felt curious and left with them. I didn't expect that I would not be able to come back. Wen Qiao, then they are also illegally detaining people. Why can't they call the police? How did they treat you? Did they beat you? Is it Stockholm Syndrome? The kidnapped people instead spoke for their kidnappers. I didn't hit anyone, but I always had projects to study, so I kept delaying and delaying. Wen Qiao couldn't understand. You are not allowed to go home or contact your family. How can you forgive them so easily? The previous person in power is dead, so. Wen Qi couldn't help but interject. Then you have been doing research, don't they give you money? Why do you have to do odd jobs in the amusement park after you come out? If you don't give me money, I have no money. Wen Qi almost got angry. Isn't this bullying an honest person? Susie looked at him with a smile. Anyway, I'm out of that organization now, so forget it. Wen Qi, you are really generous. If you want to bully me like this, I won't agree. After all these years, I haven't given you any money. It's too much. Wen Qiao thought that his uncle might have escaped and was penniless, and he was afraid that they would worry, so he didn't tell the whole story. If he escaped, would that organization come to capture him and take him back? She was a little worried and decided to install several alarm systems in the yards around her home. Once a suspicious person broke into the house, she would directly connect the alarm system. Suyun kept crying. I always thought that I would never see you again in this life. Si, I am so happy to see you again. Susie held her hand. I'm very happy too, sister. Suyun's eyes were red. In those few years when you disappeared, I really tried every means to find you. But later, after I divorced your brother-in-law, I took 3 children with me. I had no money and no money. Time, Ace, it's my sister who is sorry for you. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 672. Susie patted her back gently. I know how difficult it is for you. I'm trapped there and can't contact you. It's my fault. Suyun wiped her tears. Fortunately, the clouds have cleared and the moon is bright. It's great that you can come back. Thanks to Eiko for finding me. Soo-yoon held Soo-see and talked all afternoon. In the evening, Ji Mingyuan came back. Soo-yoon introduced him, "This is my younger brother, his name is Soo-see." Ji Mingyuan was also a little confused. Soo-yoon never told him that he had a younger brother, and he was a tall and handsome younger brother. He quickly shook hands with him and said, "Hello, hello." Brother-in-law Soo-see called with a smile. Soo-yoon breathed out, "Let's make dinner quickly. We have to cook more food today." Wen Chi and Wen Mo went back to their rooms to do their homework, leaving Wen Qiao and Soo-see alone in the small living room. Wen Qiao tilted her head and looked at him, "Although this is the first time I've seen you since I was 3 years old, I don't know why, but I always feel very familiar. This is the bond of family and blood ties. Brother Dong, do you know?" Soo-see's eyes were a little confused. "Who?" "Last year, when we were hiking in the snow-capped mountains on the border, uncle, did you save a man?" Soo-see nodded, "Well, it seems that I saved someone. He is now the coach of my club, but why did you appear there? Why didn't you come back to Hiken then?" Soo-see, the medical scientific expedition team organized by the organization needs to go to the snow-capped mountains to find something. There are more than a dozen people from the organization behind me, and there is no way to escape. Wen Qiao was a little sad, "You can come out normally, but there are people following you all the time, right?" Soo-see touched her head, "Well, yes, there is no freedom of movement. You started working for them when you were 12 years old. Are you still studying? Teach yourself. So, uncle, you have a primary school diploma." Soo-see smiled and said, "Strictly speaking, yes." Wen Qiao was filled with indignation, "They won't let you take the exam and won't give you money, so you can't even find a job now." Soo-see looked indifferent, "The amusement park job is not bad. It's quite interesting. You can see so many people in one day." Wen Qiao, "Uncle, I have money, I can support you." Soo-see looked at her with a smile, "Akiao wants to support me. Well, I can support you. I opened an entertainment company and a club. I can also compose music and have other businesses. I can support you." Soo-see rubbed her head, "Is Akiao so powerful? These days you can study at home and take the adult college first, and then the adult bachelor's degree. After all, my uncle is a 29-year-old adult who has been raised by his niece. His self-esteem will definitely be affected. It will be relatively easy to find a job with a bachelor's degree. After all, my uncle is so smart, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, it's all up to our Akiao arrangement." In the evening, the whole family had dinner together, and Ji Mingyuan opened a bottle of liquor. Soo-yoon couldn't bear to eat it, and she almost cried at every turn. Wen Chi, "Oh, Mom, your tears are about to dry up. You will scare our brother-in-law." Wen Chi was writing a physics paper just now, and there was a question that he didn't understand. He was about to ask Xiao Mo, but his uncle helped him answer it, and his thinking was clear, and he understood it as soon as he explained it. It is completely impossible to tell that this person only has a primary school diploma. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 673. Brother Chi is also unambiguous. He recognizes this uncle. Now he calls him uncle more smoothly than anyone else. How can Soo-yoon stop her tears? Who could know the inner suffering she had been going through all these years? If the child dies, the pain will only last for a few years. As time goes by, the pain will slowly heal. But the most fearful thing is that the child is missing and living outside. You don't know what kind of life the child lives, whether he is bullied or abused, whether he is afraid of being alone outside, whether he has tried to escape and was caught again. Go back and beat him severely. She thinks about these things every day and every night, and often has nightmares. The torture in her heart has tortured her all the time over the years. Now that she is back, how can she not be excited? Susie handed her a tissue and comforted her. It's my fault. I should have found a way to call back anyway. Soo-yoon shook her head. I know it's difficult for you. If someone discovers the phone call, I'm afraid I'll be beaten again. It's good to be back now. It's good to be back. When Chi Kae-hung said, my uncle looks really young, like a college student, and he looks very similar to the three of us. When others look at him, they will definitely think he is our brother. Ji Mingyuan, you are indeed young. Wen Qiao thought that this meant that his uncle's life had not been too hard these years. The organization probably saw that he was smart and knew that he had the value to be exploited, so it did not treat him too harshly. This way she can feel a little better. After dinner, Soo-yoon took Susie to the courtyard next door. The 3 rooms over there are given to the 3 siblings. You can live here. The room is spacious. I will clean it up for you, and we will live here from now on. Brother-in-law, do you have any objection? Susie asked politely. After all, his last brother-in-law was not so easy to get along with, and he didn't seem happy that he often went to Wen's house in the past, so he had to ask more questions. Ji Mingyuan said hurriedly, no objection, no objection. You are welcome to live here 100 to 10,000. It is best to live here all the time. Not to mention that this house was given by Mr. Fu. Even if it was his own house, he would definitely give it to Soo-yoon's family without any reservation. They are Soo-yoon's family, that is, Ji Min-jae-yoon's family. Thanks. Soo-yoon was spreading the quilt, and the 3 siblings were also crowded in the room. Wen Qiao expressed his opinions from time to time. Mom, it's cold, so the quilt must be thicker. Soo-yoon and Ji Mingyuan put the quilt into the quilt cover and said, I know. Can she still freeze her biological brother? The room was not big, but a group of people were crowded in, making it even more difficult to move. Soo-yoon pointed at Wen Chi and Wen Mo. Why are you 2 stuck here? Mr. Chi felt that he was really at the bottom of the food chain and felt aggrieved. Why don't you talk about Wen Qiao? Okay, don't cause any trouble here and get out. Master Chi pulled his brother and retreated aggrievedly. Soo-yoon gave Susie a goose-down quilt, a brushed 4-piece set. One quilt could withstand the cold winter, and the treatment was of the highest standard. Soo-yoon laid out the sheets and pointed to the small house outside the window. That's the bathroom over there, and the shower is over there. So Susie stayed. Late at night, Wen Qiao was lying on the bed, unable to fall asleep. Everything that fate had taken away was slowly being returned to her. Now that even her uncle was back, she just felt full of gratitude. She doesn't ask for much, she just wants her loved ones to be safe and healthy. Next door, Susie was sitting by the bed. His phone vibrated. Sir, the R/U0026D fund is 1 billion, and it needs your approval. I will send you fingerprint verification and facial recognition for verification. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me. The boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 674. Susie completed the fingerprint verification and face recognition, put down the phone, and remembered what her Akiao said. Uncle, I have money, I can support you, and couldn't help but lower her head and smile. His little Akiao is still as cute as ever. He murmured in a low voice, I will protect you. The next day, Wen Qiao felt refreshed after a good night's sleep. He went to a bookstore outside early in the morning and bought a lot of test questions for adult colleges. Susie was pulled into Wen Mo's room by Wen Qiao after breakfast. What's going on? 2 desks, you two study together, there are 2 exams a year, and there will be 1 exam in May next year. How many subjects do you want to take? Susie, Achiao, I just got my uncle back, do I have to let him study? Can't you let me rest for 2 days? Wenqiao, am I too strict? Susie, a little bit. Wenqiao scratched his head, then you can make your own arrangements. I will apply online for you later. Do you have your ID card? No. Wenqiao was distraught because he was only 12 years old when he disappeared. The law stipulates that you must be 16 years or older to apply for an ID card. So, after breakfast, Wenqiao accompanied her uncle to the nearby police station to take photos and apply for an ID card. It would take 10 working days to get it. Regarding the fact that Susie was found, Suyun informed her brother Suhai. After all, he was also Suhai's biological brother. Suhai, his wife, son, and daughter hurried to Shuiying Road. He may kept talking all the way, your brother, who is similar to Xiao Mo and doesn't want to talk, I thought he was dead a long time ago, but I didn't expect that he could come back. When the time comes, don't talk nonsense. Xiao Qiao will be unhappy. According to Suyun, Xiao Qiao likes this uncle very much. Suying was so angry that she gritted her teeth. What are you doing? What's so great about Wenqiao, Dad, do you care? Why should we care whether she is happy or not? Just because you always support her, that damn girl is getting more and more popular now. It's getting more and more rampant. He may patted her hand, what do you know? The Fu family is behind her. Su Ying snorted lightly, the rich second generation is just playing with her, do you really think they can last long? He may clicked her tongue, you really need to be tight-lipped. You say everything out loud. How much effort do you think the Fu family has to put in to deal with people like us? It's just a matter of fingers. Su Ying said proudly, then I have never taken Wenqiao seriously, and the Fu family has never touched me. Doesn't this also reflect from the side that Mr. Fu doesn't take Wenqiao seriously at all? He may shook her head, okay, stop talking. Do you hear me when we get to their house later? Su Ying had nothing to say to them. The whole family, except Soleil, went to Shuiying Road. Soleil is also very proud, and now that he is married, he does not interact with Suyun and the others even more. In early winter, the sun was very bright and there was no wind. In the small yard, Wen Qi was doing homework while everyone else was playing. Life is not easy, Mr. Qi sighed. He may raised her voice, with a warm smile on her face, and shouted, oh, this is Xiao Ce. Su Ce was smiling, but the smile didn't reach his eyes. He may said enthusiastically, I am your sister-in-law, this is your eldest brother, and this is Xiaoying. Our Xiaoying was 4 or 5 years old when you disappeared. She said she still has an impression of you. Su Ce, hello. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 675. Su Ying felt unhappy when she saw that her little uncle looked exactly like Wen Qiao and the others. It was obvious from his appearance that he was from the same group as Wen Qiao and the others. He may asked a lot of questions with concern, Su Ce answered a few perfunctorily, and he may asked again, now, what are you going to do when you come back? Su Ce said matter-of-factly, I was playing doll and making balloons at the nearby playground. Su Ying laughed loudly. Her mother thought that her uncle had become rich after many years outside, so she hurriedly came to hold her thigh. Unexpectedly, this uncle was not a big brother, but a low-level wage earner. In the entertainment industry, he pretends to be a puppet and sends out balloons. Hey, he's almost 30 years old and doesn't even have a serious job. If you tell me, he's going to be a disgrace to the Su family. He Mei's smile froze on her face, and she was slightly disappointed. This Susie was said to be a genius when he was a child. The principal of the high school department wanted him to take the college entrance examination when he was 11 or 12 years old, and said that he would definitely be admitted to a prestigious school. She originally thought that Susie, who had been away for many years and now returned safely, might have become a big tycoon somewhere, and they would be able to benefit from it. It seems that she thinks too much. That kind of job doesn't last long. I still need to find a real job, don't you think? Susie said seriously. Akiao asked me to take the adult college exam first. Then, what is your current education level? Hime asked cautiously. Primary school. Su Ying almost laughed out loud. Her mother came running over without stopping. It was such a big joke. Do they need to hug the lap of a primary school kid who doesn't even have a real job? The most ridiculous thing in the world. The smile on Hime's face finally couldn't hold on anymore. Then you have to work hard and try to get this college diploma first. Wen Qiao teased, Auntie, your house is quite big. Can my uncle live with you for a while? Stay with both sides, and let uncle and aunt make up for the love you have lost for him over the years, eh? Hime hurriedly said, Oh, how big is our house? Although it has 3 bedrooms and 2 living rooms, your cousin and cousin-in-law often go back to live there. There is really no place for Susie to live. Besides, there aren't 2 courtyards here, so wouldn't it be nice to have one more person living there? When she hummed and said, If our brother-in-law is a big boss, my aunt will definitely carry a big sedan to welcome him to your house. Isn't it because I dislike people and have no money? It actually spoke out what Wen Qiao felt. Hime's face turned red and white. Don't talk nonsense, we are all a family, how can we be so open-minded? Well, Suyun, we have to go see Soleil. His wife is pregnant, so we won't stay with you, it's lunch at home. Wen Qi, sorry, I didn't bring your rice to cook either. Su Ying, Wen Qi, what are your qualities? Is this your attitude when talking to your elders? Su Yun, he is still young and not sensible. Xiao Ying, don't take it to heart. Su Ying was so angry that she was about to jump. Hime quickly pulled her and said goodbye to everyone. In the alley, Su Ying gritted her teeth and said, Look, you only have a primary school diploma and work in an amusement park. You guys thought you picked up a powerful younger brother. It's a joke. Hime secretly regretted, I really thought he had some kind of fame outside and came back to honor his ancestors. I really overestimated him, and he is so low profile. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 676. Suhai, okay, please stop saying a few words. Ace has suffered a lot after being away for so many years. Now that he's back, let's treat him better in the future. Hime, what's so good? What can he repay us with his level? I can't find anyone with a serious job, so let's leave it like this. Anyway, Suyun hasn't been thinking about her brother all these years. Let her make up for it. At that time, but those who live in Wen's house and go to school and get lost have nothing to do with us. Su Ying agreed, that's right, isn't Wen Qiao quite rich? Let her support this uncle. Wen Qiao was really happy that Susie was back. When she told Fu Nanli the news, her heartfelt smile made Fu Nanli a little moved. Do you need me to give your uncle a job? You said he is an experimenter. I can open a laboratory for him and let him continue to do research and development. It's about medicine. You don't need to open a laboratory for him. My uncle is also a 29-year-old adult. Although he has no money now, he still has the self-esteem he should have. Even I don't dare to ask for it. What should I give him? Just let him pass his undergraduate degree first. He is very smart and can pass it quickly, and then let him find a job on his own. Fu Nanli nodded, just tell me if you need anything. Wen Qiao opened her mouth and couldn't hold it back. 10 out of 10 sentences mentioned her brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is quite handsome, no worse than you. She looks a lot like me, especially the eyes. It still feels very boyish. Very smart. Like Xiao Mo, he has a super high IQ. When he was 12 years old, the principal of their high school department asked him to take the college entrance examination. A 12-year-old child was attracted by that kind of organization and took him away. It's amazing. Talking while sitting and watching TV. I was talking with him while working in the study. He was still talking while eating. Young Master Fu dropped his chopsticks and glanced at her. Wen Qiao, have you said enough? Wen Qiao's smile was a little silly. My uncle is poor, a little poor, but I still think he is quite powerful. Fu Nanli reached out and clamped her chin. That's enough, I don't want to hear it anymore. Wen Qiao was puzzled. Why? I don't want to hear too many compliments from you about other men. She is my uncle, my biological uncle. That's not okay. Wen Qiao's desire to talk was met with dissuasion from Fu Nanli, but those at the folk music club urged her to tell more about her uncle. What girl doesn't love handsome guys? Qiao, do you want to consider signing my uncle into your company? He has the appearance of a big star, Lu Yu asked with a smile. Dong Yao. Is this our uncle? Wen Qiao shook his head. My uncle is not interested in acting. Lu Yu, then don't force our uncle. Dong Yao. What kind of treatment is this? He didn't want to act at the beginning, so wasn't he coerced and lured into the entertainment industry? Lu Yu turned around and said, recently, there was a good spy drama about the Republic of China. During the casting process, I thought Dong Yao was very suitable and asked him to audition. I heard that there were many young actors vying for this drama, such as the one I had before. The leading actor in our TV series Once Upon a Time is Zhao Ziyan, a popular young man. Chun Xiao, I think Zhao Ziyan is a bit greasy, but I can't do that. Song Yu, I think so too. Lin Xiang, if you don't chase stars, you don't understand. Lu Yu, whether he is greasy or not, he has been popular for several years and has a solid fan base. I heard that his company wants to win this role at the cost of lowering the salary this time. Wen Qiao, we will also go all out to win this film. Lu Yu held the phone with a confused expression on her face. Is Dong Yao's relationship trending on the internet? Everyone was stunned. Yesterday, one more person was added to the winning list. Just be happy. This cutie is the most active one in the comment area. Enter the group and ask the administrator whether you want a pillow or a canvas bag. Shu spent a lot of money to draw the character drawing, which is very beautiful. Once the statistics are completed, I will send the character drawing to the seller to start customization. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 677. Lu Yu quickly clicked on the hot search and saw that someone had taken a photo of her and Dong Yao holding hands outside the school, and bribed many marketing accounts to publish a press release together. Hashtag Dong Yao's love affair exposed. Hashtag the woman in Dong Yao's relationship is a staff member of an economic company. Hashtag Dong Yao's girlfriend and he are university alumni. Hashtag. The hot searches quickly exploded, with 3 hot searches for Dong Yao in the top 10, which also proves from the side that Dong Yao is now very popular, a traffic niche, and he deserves his reputation. Lu Yu frowned and looked at the hot searches and photos. Who took the photos? Chun Xiao pouted, since you two are secretly in love, you shouldn't hold hands outside. Lu Yu had a headache. It's not because of Dong Yao. I'll contact the public relations immediately. Dong Yao, what do you want the PR to say? Lu Yuyu was a little confused for a moment. This means you don't have a girlfriend. Is that a matter of angle? In fact, we didn't hold hands. Or maybe you were drunk at the time and I was helping you. Wen Qiao shook his head. This is not good. This is lying. If it is found out later, there will be a problem with the artist's credibility. Lu Yuyu was a little desperate. Do we have to admit that he has a girlfriend at this critical period? Many of his girlfriends are fans, and they will lose fans on a large scale. It is the time to compete for TV series. Exposing the relationship now will be too detrimental to him. Wen Qiao, but this matter has been exposed. The other party must have the evidence. Denying it will be very bad for his reputation. Lu Yuyu struggled and looked at Dong Yao. How about we say that although we have talked, we have broken up? Do you think that's okay? Dong Yao gritted his teeth. I don't think it's possible. Lu Yuyu, why are you so stubborn? I know that your family is rich, and I know that you don't value this career, but I think that since you have entered the circle, you still have to put the overall situation first in everything. Let's discuss it with the public relations department. Come up with the best countermeasure, okay? Master Xiaodong said lightly, since it has been exposed, just admit it directly. It just so happens that I can transform into an actor instead of a traffic. Lu Yuyu was about to cry. Brother, it's good for you to have this confidence. How long have you been famous for? It's less than 3 months. Your acting skills are not enough to support you as a capable actor without relying on fans. Actor. Lin Xiang was a little confused. I'd rather know who exposed these photos. Lu Yuyu, it was Thanksgiving Day. Dong Yao and I went back to school very late. There was no one at the back door. I think it was a student from our school who took the photo and sold it to Zhao Ziyan because of the clamor. The marketing accounts that offended G were those maintained by the agency behind Zhao Ziyan. Zhao Ziyan recently competed with Dong Yao for the same TV series, and he is definitely very happy to expose this matter. Wen Qiao frowned slightly. It seems self-evident that he had the acumen to secretly take photos of Lu Yuyu and Dong Yao, and also knew who the person who sold them to Zhao Ziyan was. After all, Su Lu had collaborated with Zhao Ziyan before. It's hard not to doubt her. If Su Lu could spend all these unscrupulous efforts on studying piano skills and acting skills, she wouldn't be like now, being able to dabble in every field but not being good in every field. Chun Xiao gritted her teeth. What's the worst thing to see is that the entertainment industry uses despicable means to harm rival stars. You have the ability to compete in an upright manner. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 678. Lu Yuyu patted her head. Sisters, wake up. The interests of the entertainment industry are too involved. They will spare no effort to blackmail their opponents. If they can make big news, they don't care whether they are despicable or despicable, legitimate or not. He turned to Wen Qiao and said, let's go to the company first and let the people in the public relations department make a decision and see how this matter is resolved. Wen Qiao, well, let's go together. Wen Qiao, Lu Yuyu, and Dong Yao rushed to the company. On the way, Lu Yuyu clicked on Dong Yao's super chat to take a look. If Dong Yao really has a girlfriend, then I will stop being a fan. Me too, he is a celebrity who gets traffic bonus, how can he fall in love at this time? That is, if he falls in love, he will be unqualified as an idol. Idols sell dreams, fans like you and give you rankings. Is it to make you earn money to support your girlfriend? There were a large number of netizens on the internet who were calling for quitting fans, and Lu Yuyu was worried. When the car stopped at the entrance of Nanqiao Entertainment, Lu Yuyu just got out of the car and felt something thrown towards her. With a snap, an egg hit her head, and the liquid and yolk flowed out. The next second, more things were thrown at them, and Dong Yao immediately protected them in his arms. Wen Qiao said loudly, "Security, come here quickly." The girls were filled with indignation and pointed at Lu Yuyu. "How could you dismantle Dong Yao and Fang Duo's CP? That's right, are you cheap or not? They are the ones who love each other. You are just taking advantage of your position. Are you forcing Dong Yao to be with you, otherwise you will not give him resources? After all, Lu Yuyu is Nan Qiao's vice president, and fans outside now say that Lu Yuyu can cover the sky with one hand." Lu Yuyu was about to die unjustly. How could she dare to force Dong Yao? She was just begging her grandfather to sue her grandmother to support Dong Yao and beg him to make a TV show. All the eggs fell on Dong Yao's back. Those fans went crazy. "Lu Yuyu, you asked Dong Yao to block the gun for you. How can you be at ease? It's time for you to force him to block these dirty words for you. If you have the ability, just face it yourself everything." Wen Qiao and Dong Yao both wanted to roll up their sleeves and argue with the fans, but they were held back by Lu Yuyu. "Go in first, don't aggravate the situation." The two of them were forced into the courtyard by her, and two security guards blocked the outside. The fans were shouting hoarsely to criticize Lu Yuyu, as if she had committed some heinous crime. The three of them entered the door and their voices gradually became quieter. People from the PR department are already in the conference room. Wen Qiao wiped the egg liquid on Lu Yuyu's head with a wet tissue, and Dong Yao took off his coat and threw it aside. It's really frustrating that a small number of fans are going crazy. After handling the egg liquid, the three of them sat down around the conference table. Wen Qiao's face was solemn. "How to deal with this matter, Manager Lu, you have more experience, please tell me." Manager Lu posted several hot search pictures on the whiteboard at the end of the conference table. "After careful consideration, our opinion is to admit the relationship." Lu Yuyu clicked his tongue lightly. Dong Yao curled his lips. Lu Yuyu frowned and said, "Then you analyze it for us. With the announcement of the relationship, is it basically certain that Dong Yao's resources will be ruined?" Manager Lu nodded cautiously. "Basically speaking, yes, because Dong Yao's foundation is not stable now, and his girlfriend has a large proportion of fans. Now that he is announcing his relationship, Capital will not choose an actor who may cause their TV series to fail. The risk is too high. Lu Yuyu, is there no other plan?" You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 679. Because it is a fact that the two of you are in love. Now I am most afraid of idols having moral problems. If I have to choose between falling in love and lying, let's just fall in love. Lu Yuyu was a little worried. "I'm afraid the fans will make trouble. Wen Qiao, Dong Yao has some fanatical fans, which may be detrimental to Yuyu. Dong Yao, I will send someone to protect her. Lu Yuyu, not only in terms of life safety, but also in terms of online speech attacks. Manager Lu, Yuyu should be quiet recently, don't express any opinions, treat her coldly, just treat her as a way to wash away her fans. Those fans who are easy to lose their fans will one day lose their fans, and she will have to do this sooner or later." Lu Yuyu was unwilling to give in, but his career has just started, and his fan base is not yet stable. Manager Lu, a group of fans may lose their following this time, but as long as there is another good drama, the attitude of the fans is the most important. Regardless of whether it is from the perspective of career planning or from the perspective of the minority obeying the majority, in the end, Dong Yao's love affair can only be officially announced. Hashtag Dong Yao admitted his love affair hashtag directly topped the hot search list with an unstoppable trend, followed by the word hashtag explosion hashtag. Wen Qiao was a little surprised. Is Dong Yao such a popular person? He just debuted not long ago, and announcing a relationship can have such an effect. Manager Lu, Weibo's server even went down for a few minutes. Wen Qiao nodded, is he considered top-notch? Manager Lu, you deserve to be at the top, otherwise Zhao Ziyan wouldn't have felt a sense of crisis and exposed his relationship. Zhao Ziyan must be afraid that he can't compete with Dong Yao. Is there any news from the producer of Bo Ying? Lu Yuyu, Dong Yao is just an audition. The producer is doing Tai Chi, saying that they will definitely choose an actor who best fits the script. But in fact, the most fierce competition currently is between Dong Yao and Zhao Ziyan. Dong Yao is like this now. It's probably going to fall on Zhao Ziyan's head. Wen Qiao closed the notebook in his hand, it's nothing if a TV series is lost. The entertainment industry should take a long-term view. You should take a longer view and don't be too sad. Dong Yao's Weibo post is: Dong Yao, let me introduce to you, this is my girlfriend at Yanjian Lu Yuyu. Although he stepped into the entertainment industry, Weibo has always been used for advertising. He still does experiments and anatomy on weekdays, and has almost no understanding of the things in the industry. After he posted this on Weibo, his fans immediately followed Lu Yuyu, and tens of thousands of comments flooded into Lu Yuyu's Weibo. What's your intention? Do you know that this will kill him? He has just debuted and has just become famous. You will ruin his career. If you really do it for his own good, break up immediately. Bitch, do you recruit handsome guys into your company just to fall in love with handsome guys? These comments are already very merciless, and there are also some greetings to family members, which are so unsightly and insulting that it is simply heart-stopping. The manager of the company's data analysis department reported, after announcing his relationship, Dong Yao's number of followers on Weibo has reached 300,000. Dong Yao is just a little bit, if he takes off his powder, he will lose his powder. I don't care about this. Lu Yuyu's body ached, did you take off so much? The people in the public relations department had originally estimated that the damage caused by this incident would not be too great, because Dong Yao never boasted that he was single, and he never acted like a doting fan. He has always liked what he did and had his own way of doing things. Except for a small group of fanatic fans, most of his fans are rational. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 680. The young lady is very pretty and cute. She majors in Yanjian Gukan and has a very good temperament. I heard that she has a good family background and is an alumnus of Dong Yao. I think she is a good match. Yes, Dong Yao at least did not find the kind of plastic surgery assembly line internet celebrities. I am already very pleased. Strictly speaking, Dong Yao is an actor, he is not an idol. Idols rely entirely on fans' votes, not an actor. I think he can fall in love. However, Dong Yao's management of Kaihua has serious problems. The comments posted by these rational fans in Kaihua Plaza were instantly deleted. Lu Yuyu's face was solemn. I think there is something wrong with the management of Dong Yao's support club. Big fans should guide fans to be rational and calm, rather than start fights. Wen Qiao, well, Manager Lu, go and communicate with the people in the support club and ask them to hand over management rights and use our own people. Just when the two sides were in a stalemate, another big thing broke out on the internet. One of Dong Yao's fans said that he was desperate for the world and wanted to burn charcoal to commit suicide. He posted a picture and said goodbye to the world. This is a big fan with more than 10,000 fans. As soon as the suicide Weibo came out, more and more people were targeting Lu Yuyu. She said she wanted to drive Dong Yao's fans to death. Lu Yuyu and Wen Qiao couldn't sit still now. This is a human life. If Dong Yao announces her relationship and her fans really kill themselves, then Dong Yao, as a public figure, will bear a very big responsibility. The public and opponents will not care whether Dong Yao should bear this responsibility or not. Anyway, when the time comes, they will say that this fan died because of you, and Dong Yao will not be able to argue. Lu Yuyu was so anxious that she called the police. Wen Qiao immediately took out his notebook and began to search for the IP of this Weibo. He found that the girl was a high school student, and the IP address showed that she was at number 332 Huayang Road, Nanjing District, Haikan. She immediately contacted the police station near the street and asked the police to come to her door immediately. Then came the long wait. About half an hour later, the police sent a message to Wen Qiao. Fortunately, we arrived in time and the girl has been successfully sent to the hospital. Then, the Haikan police posted a Weibo message stating that the girl's life was not in danger. It was already late at night, and Lu Yuyu was exhausted mentally and physically after enduring a day of online violence, but the abuse on the internet was still pouring in. At the same time, Zhao Xian's studio is doing its best to lead all this to Dong Yao. Dong Yao failed to restrain his fans. If something like this happened, he would be put to death. Isn't this a waste of police power? Yes, the police in many places went around investigating just because of a stupid fan who stayed up all night. Fans follow the true master. There are fans for every idol. Aren't Dong Yao's fans still fans? When you spend money on your brother, he turns around and gives the money to his girlfriend. The marketing account under Zhao Xian's company, Shuahun, spared no effort to incite Dong Yao's fans to quit following him. Suddenly, Dong Yao became the ridicule of the entire internet. Wen Qiao and the others rushed to the hospital where the fan committed suicide. At the door of the hospital ward, I met the police who had not yet left. Lu Yuyu apologized to the police. I'm really sorry for causing you so much trouble. The policeman was very reasonable. I can't blame you for this. The little girl was too young and couldn't think about it for the moment. Thanks to you for locking the address and reporting to us on time, a life was saved.